Yo, look at this here. My man laughing, he chuckling and all that. Because it's a good day.
Very good day.
And it ain't even Friday.
Tell me about it.
Let me get in the limelight.
Yeah.
Listen, we back on the podcast again. It's Saturday, which is my Friday because I only got him. Was the last one, but I got another one come in. But he's going to be the last one now.
For sure.
So check this out. As I always begin the podcast, always beginning with what? God bless. So at the end of the day, I'm always be happy and blessed by God. But right now, I got somebody sitting in the chair. And people don't know who he is. They can find out who he is today.
I hope so.
My man, what is your name?
Dave, a.k.a. Little Truck Williams.
Little Truck Williams. Now, let me share something before he gets started right now.
Uh-oh.
Like at football games, like Washington High School and all that, kids be playing football, and if a dude get hit and ran over, it's a name they call that when the dudes get ran over when they playing football. And they be like, yo, he just got trucked. But see, that's a name that's been picked up over the years when somebody get hit hard and get ran over, he got trucked.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. I know where the name came from.
Talk to him.
Right here. And when David Williams came around that corner and you was in the way, what happened?
Got to get trucked. You got to move out the way or lay down. You got to do one or the other.
Man, get down or lay down. Trucked him. But this is my man. He was in town. He hit me up. He said, yo, I need a cut. Can you get me in? I was like, man, I closed at 3, but for thee, I'll show up for you, man. So I got my man in because, yo, this is one of my guys right here. He's in town. He hit me up. He comes through.
Love and respect.
Straight
all day.
up and down, man. That's what's happening. I got love for this guy right here.
Man, and true love.
I got true love for this guy.
Man.
He got love for me.
Vice versa, all day.
But I want to talk to my man right here. I want to talk to my man because I want him to share a little bit about who he is in case you don't know who he is. Now, I know him from back in the day when we was in school together. And football. Like, this was one of the football guys, Mr. Football right here.
Man.
And was football one of your loves?
Oh, it was my love. My first love.
So take me back to how it first started with you.
Oh, wow. Man. I'm gonna really take it back now.
Take us back.
We're going to go back to National Spinning. The National Spinning Steelers, Gary Breen and Tom Moore.
Okay.
You know, trying out. Got picked up by a team. Just so happened to be, you know, I didn't even know nothing about the Steelers, but ended up loving them. NFL, still my team to this day.
That's what's up.
And, you know, got me out there with the big boys. And, you know, I'm a little youngin' out there running around, not knowing what to do. But then, you know, I had people I got to shout out. Bobby Hamilton, Dwayne Ford, John Perry, Larry Harris, big boys. Bolo, Henry Rouse, Daryl Teddington. I mean, Brian Stokes, who actually, Dad Tight picked me up. He actually got me signed up. So really, I got to give the credit to Brian Stokes and his father because, you know, without them, I would have never got out there and got signed up.
So what was this, youth league football?
Youth league, midget league.
Oh,
Eastern Elementary.
Back in the field.
Back in the field. I mean, you know, I rode by there today, man, and they look like they building a gas station or
No,
something.
actually, what they're doing is where that field where they used to have field day at, they building a school right there. That's going to be Eastern Elementary, but I think they're going to go from Eastern Elementary all the way up to maybe the 6th or 7th grade.
Okay, so
it's going to be a big school.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be something like a math and science school all the way up to 6th grade.
Right.
'Cause that's what a lot of the bigger cities and stuff are doing. You know, towns, Charlotte, up in those areas, Greensboro and Winston. But anyhow, back to football, man. That was my first true love. You know, I started off on 3rd string everything. 3rd string defense, 3rd string offense, 3rd string special teams. And I didn't like 3rd string.
So what'd you do about it?
I had to. So that year, I came back the next year. I said, you know what? Whoever the biggest and the baddest is, that's who I want to hit. That's who I want to be better than. And with Gary Breen and Tom Moore, they made sure to it. So, you know, mentally, I already was disciplined because I had it in my mind that, you know, I'm already short and I'm small, so
You had something to prove.
I had something to prove. And when I say bring the ruckus, I wanted to make sure people would say, what's your name at the end of the game? Or, dang, who's that guy? And by the time I went from Major League to high school, you know, Mr. Christopherson, Adam and Toby Christopherson, Kerry Christopherson, father, would just film me on kickoffs. Call me kamikaze. You know, I would like to run down and bust the wedge open. I like getting tackles, but, you know, I really wanted to knock the 2 to 3 guys out on the wedge, you know. You know, it's like being the foundation. You got Michael Jordan, who's the star. Then you got Scottie Pippen, which, you know, he the X factor. But then you had Horace Grant, Paxson, and those guys, they were like the foundation. They was that concrete. You knew what they were going to do. But that's what I was going to be. I'm going to be the concrete. I'm going to be the foundation to running people over, blocking for people, and scoring touchdowns.
That's what's up.
And knowing what every position on that field has to do in case anyone forgot what they were supposed to do. But that was the love that was instilled in me at an early age. So I just like taking up for the 5, 7s and under, you know. I really believe that, you know, the bigger, taller guys really thought that, okay, we're going to be the most dominant person on this field.
So we the underdogs.
Yeah,
huh?
we was the underdog always, you know. But it's good, you know, because the underdog, we can get a lot further before people notice us.
That's right.
And by the time they notice, it's too late most
late.
of the time.
Too late.
By the time
They done been hit by the truck.
they been hit by the truck, like you say. So, but you know, but this gentleman right here,
Yeah,
man, they've been cutting my hair from high school. Oh man, and it's not even about that because, like, let me tell you something. You know, them guys, they grew up in the country, Wooten Town Road,
Yeah, in the woo.
and I grew up in town.
Uh-huh.
But let me tell you, man, it was certain cats. I don't know. I really think my Lord and Savior made me special. He made all of us special, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
But it was something inside my heart when I ran across certain people.
Yeah.
No lie, and I'm looking at the camera. Him and his brother, and I couldn't tell them apart from day and night.
Twins.
But man, it was something in my heart about these two gentlemen, man. It really was. And as our paths crossed, whether it be school, like I said, we knew each other, but we didn't know each other. We didn't hang.
Yeah.
But man, it was just something in my heart that told me that, man, these guys, these gentlemen, these young men were going to be special.
Yeah, man.
And that's something we don't say to each other or afraid to say about another black man or anyone, for that fact, sometimes. But I knew early that they was going to be special.
Yeah, man.
And I may be speaking, you know, left field, but I remember reading something, and I don't know if it was you or your brother.
Mm-hmm.
When you got out of prison,
Yeah.
one of y'all made a statement on Facebook saying that y'all had never been to church.
Yeah.
When I read that, I busted out into tears.
Mm-hmm.
Because I came up in the church,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I was like, look at these guys, man, that had never heard the word until they got out. And look at their blessings, how I knew they were going to be blessed when they came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and accepted it and waited for years for them to come out. I always was checking on them.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people too. Don't let me, I'm not blowing no smoke because these guys have a following.
Yeah.
You know, and that speaks to who they are and the people that they ran across and how they impacted their life, whether they knew it or not. But that's how I feel about them. They impacted my life because they were short and they could handle their business, man. I seen these cats. I mean, seriously, I seen them fight. I seen them flip. I seen them be athletes. I mean, for them not to play no organized sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, the streets and out in the hood and the fields is where you learn anyway.
That's where you learn it.
But these cats just always been special. So, you know, when I come to town, if I get the opportunity, because I'm always ripping and running, I just want to speak, come by, and he saved me today.
I
He
say,
saved me today.
but you got to be special to be saved.
You ain't lying, because I'm going to
Be
tell you,
special.
he don't do it for everybody.
Yo, this is an interesting person.
He don't do it for everybody, because like you say, he want to get out there to get some of that daylight too.
Straight
You
up.
know, this is his profession, but you know, It's the weekend.
Yeah, man.
And you know, it's a beautiful day out there.
Yeah.
And I can't be mad at the man. And even if he had told me no, you know what? It wouldn't have changed my heart one lick.
But I was going to tell him
he
no.
He wasn't going to tell me no, like he said. But man, that's where my love came from, man. It's just always wanting to make sure that people knew that short guys, big things come in short packages.
That's
we
right.
we can hit just as hard as anybody else. And actually, it's even more special to me that we do it because we don't have the height, we don't have the reach, we don't have the bravado that some people look when they see a bigger, taller
stature.
Stature.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, you put 10 7-footers in the room and you put a 5-footer in there, they gonna get all the attention. He gonna get the attention because they're gonna look over him.
Yeah.
But then when he's the smartest one in the room or the hardest one in the room sometimes, which I'm not claiming to be either one of those. That's not what I'm claiming. But I'm just saying in life, that's what it feels like sometimes when we in that 5'7" and under bracket.
But it give us reason to push though.
Push.
It give us reason to push.
Yeah, and everybody needs a good push.
Ain't no doubt.
You understand? So, but yeah, man, I got genuine love for the twins.
Yeah, man.
And the whole woo, man. You know what I'm saying?
The woo was out there.
Man, the woo.
The woo represented.
And I'm talking about the woo before Pop Smoking these guys.
Straight
you
up.
understand me?
The real woo.
The real woo.
Because a lot came out the woo.
Yes, indeed,
Straight up.
man.
It was in the suburbs.
Yeah,
It was on the outside
yeah.
of the limit. But some came out the woo.
Yeah. L-Dub, man, we got people all over the, man.
Straight up, man.
And, if we could just come together a little more, a little often.
Yeah, man.
We all grown and got priorities and stuff, but, man, it's a good day when I can come by the shop, get my man to cut me up, have a conversation, and walk out of here with nothing but goodness and happiness on my heart. So,
Vibes, baby. Yeah, man. Well, let me ask you this then.
Right.
Like, what do you do now though? Like, what do you do? You playing professional football? Did you retire from it? But what do you do now?
I'm playing professional football in my own head. That's what I do. But no, I'm a pest control technician.
Okay.
I work for Bug Out Pest Control, and I've been with them now about 4 years. But, I did hospitality hotels for about 10 years.
Okay.
Then it was time to move on. So, I'm in pest control. I like what I do.
Okay.
I got a gas card. I got a company truck.
Okay.
I get to go around and have conversations with older, younger people.
That's what's up.
And learn that wisdom. You don't never know where it's coming from.
That's right.
And the key is to listen. And be able to sure you catch it all. I'm talking a lot right now because it's been a minute and I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
I haven't seen my brother, but man, I love to listen because you don't never know where knowledge and wisdom come from. It can come from a 12-year-old. It can come from a 72-year-old.
That's right.
So I call it a puzzle. You find the pieces that fit your puzzle.
That's right.
You got those edge pieces, those straight pieces, and there ain't nothing wrong with them because everybody needs the edge. You understand me? You got to have that frame.
That's right.
But then you got those pieces in the middle of the board. Those pieces, they can mold and shape and form to what you want them to be or where you want to put them in your puzzle.
That's right.
So, and that's what I do in life. When I run across someone, I take something from that conversation, which is I call a piece to the puzzle, and I place it inside my puzzle.
That's right.
You understand? And I make it work for me.
That's right.
Better sometimes than the way they was using it. But that's why I say you have to pay attention to everyone.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. That's
so
right.
when you talking to a bum on the street, a pastor, the UPS man, the school teacher, the old lady at the church, whatever, make sure you ain't just listening with your eyes, just watching their mouth move.
That's right.
Because we tend to do that in life because in the educational system, there's some crazy stuff going on, always have been. So you got to learn to focus on your own.
That's right. And get understanding.
That's right. Get that understanding because it's one thing to get it, but if you don't comprehend it or understand it,
you ain't got nothing.
You ain't got nothing. It's been a waste of time.
Wasted time.
And you young brothers and young sisters out there, man, show your parents love, man. You might think and respect because you think they hard on you now, but it's for a reason.
That's right.
It ain't because they want to be hard. No parent, no loved one wants to be hard on their siblings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We want the best for you. We want y'all to do good, but man,
Listen.
we done experienced and been out in the world,
That's right.
which it was hard for me, and I'm 53 now. It was hard for me I wanted to learn on my own.
Man,
I didn't want to listen. Yeah, I can do. But man, if I had listened,
that's
then
right.
you know how much grief, how much trouble, how much just waste of time and things that I've done because I didn't listen.
That's right. You keeping the goatee?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yep.
Got you.
And so, you know, just pay it forward. I got one more thing I want to say. I had a basketball team, part of a basketball team I was coach. It was called BTB. The letters BTB. And everybody was like, hey man, what that stand for? So me, Mario Freeman, Jason Morris, and my man Flake, can't think of your last name, Flake, my bad. But it stood for bigger than basketball. We weren't out there, we was teaching basketball, but we was teaching the game of life through basketball.
Right.
You understand? So when y'all out here living these sports and living these dreams and fantasies for some of you, you know, ain't nothing wrong with fantasies and stuff, but as long as you know that it's not going to pan out to be reality. You understand? But it's all right to have them. You got to fantasize. That's the only way you can strive to go from above and beyond. But learn these life lessons, man. And when you're playing these sports, learn to be disciplined in any and everything you do.
That's right. That's right.
And you give the Almighty His praise and glory, and you're going to be all right. But you got to stay PMA, positive mental attitude.
Straight
You
up.
can't walk around here frowning, grudge face all the time.
Screw face.
Yes. What he said.
Screw
Yeah.
face.
You know?
Yeah, man.
So, you know, put a smile on that face even when you don't want to. You're going to get rewarded on the back end. You know what we saying? We always want to get rewarded on the front.
That's right.
And it's okay to get rewarded on the front, but that back end is something special.
That's key.
You know? It ain't about who starts the game. It's about who finishes it.
That's
you
right.
understand?
That's right. And when we finish, we want to finish well.
And always finish on a good note.
That's right.
You know?
That's
So,
right.
you know, I appreciate the brother. Man, I've been watching the podcast up there in Statesville, like I told him. You know, I be loving it when it start off, God bless,
Straight
interesting thing, interesting people. Had no clue that I was going to be a part of it. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, I know if I come to town and say I want to be a part of it, he was going to get me in there. But I ain't never been that type of person.
Yeah.
And when I called in today, the podcast, it didn't even cross my mind until I got on the phone. And as soon as I seen him on the phone, I was like, oh yeah, podcast.
It's going down.
It's going down.
It's going down.
But yeah, man. So, you know, for all y'all out there, don't be afraid to come in and get a cut. Because my man knows what he's doing. He's been doing it, what, 20, maybe 30, going on years now?
30-some years.
30-something years.
30-some years.
And you can't pay for that type of experience, man.
Then check this out. A lot of people don't know this is what I do.
What?
A lot of people don't know.
Wow, man.
This is what I do.
This cat was doing this as a teenager. You understand me?
Straight up.
He was doing this as a teenager.
Yeah.
And the skills only got better.
Only got better.
Only got better.
This ain't even like a job.
This
ain't even like a
See,
job.
that's what I'm talking about.
It's fellowship.
Fellowship, for real. And that's how you know God got his hands on him.
God
You know what I'm saying? On what he's doing.
That's it. That's it. And, you know, even with these podcasts, like, my man called me up. He said something about, like, yo, can you get me in? Of course I can get you in. This is an interesting person. I want to understand he's wise with a lot of things. But at the end of the day, you know, it's all about fellowship. Like, this is one of my fellows. He come in, we kick it, we talk. Like, people might have seen him, but they don't know who he is. A lot of people didn't know when you guys get hit playing football, they're like, he got truck. This is the guy they call Truck right here. He truck guys. And that's where the saying came from. He's trucking people. So at the end of the day, like, if you didn't know why, or you didn't know why people said that or where it came from, now you know why. And you know who it came from.
And I'd be wrong not to send a shout out to Big Truck, Donnell Albrecht, because he was always my big truck.
The big
and
truck.
I wanted to do what Big Nail was doing. He was big and was supposed to do it. I said, you know what? If I could do that in my body, oh man.
Be a bad boy.
I'm going to be a bad boy out there on that field.
And he was a bad boy.
And people show me respect, and I appreciate that. I love it. And, you know, it ain't nothing that I went out to seek.
Yeah.
But nothing like that. It just naturally came.
Yeah.
And that's the best, when something just naturally, when
Natural.
people naturally respect you. They ain't respecting you because you hang with such and such, such and such, your mama or your daddy.
Yeah.
That's your big uncle.
Yeah.
Just that real, genuine respect.
That's
you understand?
it. That's
Cause
it.
I ain't did nothing for nobody but be there to be in a listening ear
That's
or
it.
any way I can help. Oh, I've always been like that,
That's it.
you know.
That's
but guess
it.
what? I don't want no reward. I didn't say that to brag.
That's right.
You understand me? Because it's people that done it for me.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And I love and appreciate each and every one of you.
That's right.
I ain't got to call no names,
It's,
you know.
ain't no doubt about it, because
So,
they already know who
They
they are.
already know.
They already know who
You
they
know,
are.
I come from a broken down family like so many of us do.
Mhm.
And I got a chance to hang out with, you know, my best friend throughout high school and stuff, Rod Gorman, his family.
Yeah.
Taught, showed me stuff. Big Donnie Albritton, Lewis, Albritton, Paul, Maurice, rest R.I.P. Y'all know who you, hey man. Miss Clara May love you.
Yeah.
Denise, I mean, it's just
So
so many
many
people,
names.
so many names, man.
So many
I,
names.
and forgive me for not calling everybody. I wouldn't even, he would have to close the shop down
Nah.
for me to name everybody.
Matter of fact, he ain't got to call the names. Like, for real, like, every Saturday, I try to do this podcast. So, if he called a name, or he missed your name,
Yeah.
pull up in here. We'll put you up here, too.
That's right.
It's your time to be on the podcast.
Come
and
be on
tell
the
your story.
podcast. Because some of y'all, most of y'all are doing beautiful things, got
Yeah.
beautiful things going on. Come get on this podcast.
Let's talk about it.
Thank you.
Let's talk about it.
Let's network, spread the word, and let's see what happens.
Let's talk about
You
it.
know, you never know where you got your next recruit,
Yeah.
your next business at, your next opportunity, your next blessing.
I'm telling you.
Just come on in. Words are free.
Yeah.
The hospitality is love. So I appreciate you having me on. And you know, for anybody else,
Yo,
please pull up.
Pull up.
Pull up on the woo.
Pull up on me.
Hey, peace and love, everyone.
Peace and love. Y'all heard what he said, but truth be told, like, y'all ever heard the saying, like, people get their 5 minutes of fame? You know how many people sitting back and be like, man, I wish I could get my 5 minutes of fame. Yo, this is the opportunity for people to get their 5 minutes of fame.
This is your star search right here.
This is it
5
right
minutes
here.
old school for those who don't know what star search is. Okay?
Young people, you don't know. Star
Y'all don't
search. But your 5 minutes of fame, you could just come in here, shoot out your little story. And it's not even nothing but just be who you are. We just having a basic conversation.
That's it.
And you just tell your story. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot about me that people don't know. All you do, you see me, you think you know, but you really don't
really
know
don't
until
know.
I share my story with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cut hair. I've been cutting hair for years. A lot of, like, this is what I'm doing now. And I'm cutting his hair. I've been cutting for over 30-some years now. So at the end of the day, he said in high school, for y'all don't know, do you know how I first started cutting hair?
Nope.
See, people don't know. They know I cut hair, but you don't know my beginning. So let me tell you, I've shared this before.
Yeah.
So, when I was a kid, like my uncle used to cut our hair, me and my twin brother's hair. He would come to the house. He was in the military, but he would come home and he would stop by the house and he would cut our hair. I used to think he was charging my mom to cut our hair, but found out he wasn't charging. But at the end of the day, I was like, yo, I'm charging moms to cut our hair.
What's up?
You know what I mean? But I found out he wasn't charging, so let me correct that. He wasn't charging. But he left the clippers there one day. He left the clippers at the house, and you know kids.
Yep.
Me and my brother see the clippers, so we picked them up. Like, man, you know what? Let me cut this part. Cut me a part. Cut a part in it. Cut a part. I'm like, okay, that's what's up. So I was like, yo, let me cut one of yours.
Oh.
Cut one in his. Like, okay, boom. Went to school, had a part in the head. Like, all right, that's slick. So we both can draw. So then we started cutting like designs
Wow.
in each other's heads.
Before designs was,
Before designs started hitting,
trust me.
parts and designs. After that, like, yo, that's all right. Like, that's cool. Go to school, people see it. They're like, yo, who did that? Yo, my brother did it. You're like, all right, cool. Yo, can you cut my hair? That's when it all started.
And he just took me back to a memory. Because he used to put my number
See
in
what
my
I'm
head. Yeah. It took me back just then. I remember, yes, sir.
Yeah. So,
Man.
as you see, like, people don't know, but we can go back to our beginnings and explain how we got to where we are now. So, cutting designs. And I remember, again, we started cutting designs, but we didn't know how to cut hair. we would cut the designs and be like, yo, you got to go to the barbershop and get your hair cut
Yeah.
because we don't know how to do the haircut. So I remember Moby. One time he said, yo, Chuck. You know how Moby goes, Chuck. Y'all need to learn how to cut hair so y'all can get all the money. So that's when me and my brother thought about we need to learn how to cut hair. So then we learned how to, fade, and we taught each other how to fade.
Wow.
Then after that, we learned how to cut. I remember one day, my brother came home, and he had a pocket full of money. I'm like, where you get that money from? He said, yo, I went by the rack, and I was cutting, and yo, I made this. So I was like, yo, this is a way to make some money. So after we graduated from high school, I was like, yo, I ain't trying to go to college. College ain't for everybody. Like, I was out of school. I'm tired of school. I don't want nobody's school no more.
Thank you.
Grandfather said, like, you going to work or you getting out of here? So, like, I got to figure out a plan. So, went to work for a year. Worked at Hamilton Beach, Proctor Silex. Now, I'm going to tell you the story. Some people that listen, you know this. My brother first got a job at Hamilton Beach, Proctor Silex. And I wasn't working. So we would switch out some days, being twins.
Yep.
We would switch out, and I would go to work for him, and he would take off. But one day, I said, you know what? Nah, I ain't going to work this day. And my brother got mad, said, oh, so you ain't going to work? Because he didn't want to go to work. He got mad at me, said, don't even worry about working for me no more. So at that point, I was like, you know what? I need to get a job.
Right.
And I wound up getting a job at the same place. And when the boss saw both of us, he said, did y'all ever switch up? I said, man, you would never know because we won't tell. But both of us work here now.
Yeah.
But after a year was up, we decided, like, yo, I don't want to keep doing this in my life. And this is what changed my mind. I remember working at the factory. And I remember it was a time where the big wigs came in the factory. They had on suits, and I remember one of the guys had on a big watch, and it was nice. And I was like, you see how they're walking through here, and everybody is jumping and jerking and uptight? I said, I want to be like them.
Bam.
I want to be like them. I don't want to be like this. And I kept that in my head and said, you know what? I want to be like that instead of like this. So after the year was up, I said, you know what? Let's go to barber school. So we got with BT. That's one of my homeboys up in Raleigh. We got with BT, and he took us to Harris Barber School. Then he took us to one in Winston-Salem. But we chose to go to the one in Winston-Salem. We went, graduated from barber school, did our time there. After that, we didn't know where we was going. We actually was going to go to New York and cut in New York. But at the same time, Jean had opened a shop, and she needed 2 barbers.
Bam.
So
Won't he
boom,
do it?
we
Won't he
wound
do
up
it?
coming back and cutting with Gene Smallwood. And after that, it just went from there. But along the way, for those that know the story, being young, naive, and not listening, we wanted to still hustle on the side. And that's where the hustling came, and next thing you know, we wound up getting a federal charge and going away for a long time. But God wasn't done.
No, he gonna
wasn't
get
done.
the first word, and he dang sure gonna get the
And
last.
he gonna get the last.
For sure.
And
I'm glad
Yeah.
that he did what he did
Yeah.
with you and your brother, man.
Yes.
Because guess what? Truly right now, in my heart, and you'll probably agree, I don't think you guys would be here today if y'all hadn't went to prison.
Nah.
Because let me tell you, buddy, you guys was something else. Hey, for the ones that don't know, I ain't gonna tell, but hey, the twins was something else. The twins, man, sure.
Again, this is what we tell people. You only know what you know now, but those that do know, they know what it used to be and what it is now.
Man.
Because we're on the porch now, where we supposed to be at.
Thank you.
But when we was off the porch,
They were off the porch.
Off the porch.
In the street.
So that's why he's saying,
Yep.
to God be the glory,
Glory.
because these are walking testimonies.
Indeed.
These are walking testimonies to where, again, God gets the glory, and I want him to always get the glory because I'm glad that he rescued me and saved me, and even going and getting incarcerated. Like that was a saving moment.
Man, that was like giving you a diploma.
Give me a diploma. Like, I need to sit you down. And this is what I tell people when I got incarcerated. He took me through seminary.
Didn't he? Yep.
He took me to seminary because now he said, I'm going to sit you down, and it's good for you that you've been afflicted so you can learn my statutes.
Absolutely.
And I sat down and said, God, if you don't show me the way, I'll never find my way out of here.
Amen. And
then
what'd he do?
He showed me the way. So that when I came out, I would be able to stand.
On your own.
And this year, May the 3rd, it'll be 12 years I've been home from prison.
Amen. Come on now.
12
years
I've been home from prison.
Oh, wow.
12
man.
years. And what God has done, it's above and beyond me.
Oh.
It is.
Listen.
It is. But, you know, and with all of that being said and done, you know, I never forget the address to the jail when I got locked up. The address to the jail when I first got locked up was 124 New Hope Road.
Oh, wow. 124 New Hope Road.
And if you add 1, 2, and 3 together, that equals 7.
All day.
So that's the number of completion. And I was like, you know what, God, thank you for completing me now and put me on track.
Man.
So
You can't make this stuff
can't
up.
make it up.
Can't make it
you
up.
You can't make it up, man. So at the end of the day, you know, to go full circle and come back and be able to still kick it with guys to where we have history together, we can talk together, and we're in a good place on solid ground right now.
Yeah.
It's only because of God's goodness.
Because we got people from the Woo, we got people
Yeah.
from L-Dub that we love and grew up
Yeah.
with, that they not here.
They not here. They didn't make it through.
And man, I don't. My testimony is, I've always had His presence upon me, always. But you know, the flesh,
Yeah.
you know, we think we in control. So I ventured off. I call it my yin and my yang, of course. You know,
Yeah,
those
good
spirits,
and bad.
yeah, those spirits was fighting each other. Been fighting most of my life.
Yeah.
But my Lord and Savior said, you know what? It's a reason why we name you David, the beloved son.
Woo. Not David.
You are going to be able to reach people without
That's right.
even talking sometimes.
That's right. That's right.
And through my walk of life, people have come up to me, strangers, lots of strangers, and say, you a pastor, you a preacher, you a minister.
It's the anointed home.
I see your God's presence all over you. Have told me stuff. I've been in situations that physically as a man, I don't know how I got out of. But I know who did get me out of it.
That's right. That's right.
And every day, not every day, but mostly every day, I can't go through a week. If not 3 times a week, I say, Lord, let me speak your words through my mouth.
That's right.
Let me do what you want me to do today.
That's right.
Not the job I want to do.
That's
Let
right.
me do your job.
That's
Just
right.
do it through me.
That's right.
Because I am only as strong as you make me.
That's right.
Because let me tell you, the flesh, I want to quit sometimes. I want to just give up.
Yeah.
But that spirit in me say, man,
Keep on trucking.
keep on trucking. Kim, I call it Kim Cowboy. Let's keep it moving. I'm going to start calling it Kid. Keep it trucking.
That's right.
And I ain't talking about Night Rider Kid either. For you Night Rider people out there. You understand? So,
Yeah, and this ain't David Hasselhoff.
no, sir.
And this
No,
David
sir,
Williams.
David Williams. And, you know, I wanted to make sure I shared that because, man, when you think you down at your worst, when you think nobody loves you or doing something for you, it's a saying they call man up. And there's another saying is put it in God's hands.
That's right.
So between you manning up enough to put it in God's hands and let him take control, all you got to do is just hold on to that faith.
That's right. Let go and let God.
That's it. Let go and let God.
Let go and let God.
Man, boy, I would burn the interstate up, listen to gospel all the way, 3-4 hour ride.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying, I don't want no credit. I don't want no, because guess what? I got to have my thump too, a little bit, because I got to be.
It's called balance.
It's called balance.
You gotta have balance.
But man, don't let me get in my spirit.
Yes, sir. Gotta get to it.
I enjoy it. And like I said, it ain't a day go by that I don't talk with him. And I'm listening for him to keep talking back.
That's right. And that's the key. Listening.
Listening.
Yeah. Listening. 'Cause ain't nothing like hearing his voice.
Mm-hmm.
They can never lead you wrong.
Never.
That's what's up, man.
Man, you know what? See, you know, you got me talking. You know, I
I
gotta
want
say,
you to talk.
I got something that I've been hearing people say, and it's something that I ran across. It ain't mine. So I can't tell you who it is, but I ran across it. But I talk with people, and when people talk to me and say God's part of my life, and that's great. But God don't want to be a part of your life. Y'all understand that? You know what He want to be? He want to be the center of your life. Because you know a part is just like my own. That's part of my body.
Yeah.
But it ain't connected to my legs or none of that.
The center.
The center. This right here is connected to all
The core.
core. So, and that's what God, He wants to be the core.
That's where all the strength is.
Yeah. So when you think you ain't making it, you making it. You just don't know it. You just got to believe. He going to take care of it.
That's
It
right.
ain't going to be when you want it.
But it's going to always be on time.
Always be on time when you need it.
That's right.
You know, and they sound like cliches to you, don't it? Yeah.
It's
till
the truth.
Till you start experiencing them.
That's right. That's right. But that's what's up, man. So like, yo, this what we do. We podcast, we talk, we get it out.
Man, you know what? Somebody might write a book on these podcasts one day in little sections and titles, and guess what? It's good for quick reading,
Yep.
and it's good for longevity and knowing how to move forward in your life and how to try to balance things out. But that's what we're doing.
That's
We're
all.
giving you a format how to balance it. As long as
That's
you
it.
put the creator first, man, you're going to be all right.
You're going to be all right.
But you can't be dumb either. You got to put him first, be disciplined, and just do what's righteous. I tell people all the time, you know what? Don't listen to your mind. Listen to your heart. Your heart will tell you when something is right, and it will tell you when it's wrong.
Sure
But
will.
your mind, it'll fool you in a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Your
sir.
mind will tell you, oh, go do that. Go ahead. It's okay.
Once you do it.
And once you do it,
It's
your
over.
heart even more gonna let.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you should have listened to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So-
So take it to heart.
Yeah, and keep God center your life. I'm striving to keep Him center mine, or to make Him center.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm nowhere near perfect, and I'm fighting my battle every day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm fighting it with that Holy Spirit within me, and I'm taking it positive. I just don't, man. You know, when I get mad, I've turned into another animal. But I don't even get mad to that point anymore whatsoever, because I knew I was totally out of control when I got when I get like that, or when I did get like that. And I ain't never been one to mess with people, but I don't like to be messed with.
No, sir.
Nobody does,
No, sir.
you know. So it's like all of like we grew up fighting. I mean, won't no ways around it.
Not in the dub.
No, man. If you didn't fight in the dub, buddy, you won't coming outside.
You ain't coming outside.
And your parents might beat you up inside.
Yes, sir.
And your other siblings,
But
because you're making them look bad.
But you know what, too, though? Like, they talk about bullying in school nowadays. You know what I tell people? We didn't worry about bullying in school back in our day, because we got bullied before we got to school.
Thank you.
So when we got to school, we like, this ain't nothing compared to what I dealt with.
Nothing. I said it
Me
to
and
my
my
boy.
brothers and sisters fought before I got to school, because they said something about how I looked, what I said.
What I had on, anything.
And it just made us tough.
Oh, man.
It just made us tough, man.
Man, all you new kids, I wish y'all could have came up in our era. I
No,
just wish.
no, they don't wish they
No,
were
they don't wish.
in our era.
They don't wish, but I wish they did, because I wanted to see them.
Yeah, but see, back in, like, right now, if you say something to a kid, they break down. Like, they just go to pieces. And it's like, I didn't say anything to you, but do this like this. And then they just break down to pieces. I just said, take the trash out. And because I told you to take the trash out, you just broke down and went to pieces?
Spazzing attitude.
I mean, just the attitude just shut all the way down.
Yes.
I just asked you to take the trash out, and you broke down. Like, this is the what we deal with kids nowadays. You can't talk to them because they get emotionally broke down, and then it doesn't help because they were like, well, you should find another way to communicate with them. Another way to communicate. I just told them to take the trash out.
You want me to say pretty please with cheese on it? What?
Yeah, so
You know?
we're actually in a different day and time to where, the way of communicating is totally different. Now, I would be honest, like, growing up, we got another way of being told to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And we would think twice if we didn't do it after we were told, and we would get a look, because that look was leading to something else.
Absolutely. And you better have a sense of urgency to get it done.
And guess what? It would be a sense of urgency, and it would get done. So at the end of the day, like, you know, the time that we're in, it's a different time, it's a different era, but, you know, our kids, you know, they're different. They're different. And we don't help by just telling them, like, we gotta figure it out. We gotta figure it out. Because right now, kids are out of control. You know why? Because they are not being disciplined enough to stay in control.
Thank you.
So
and if you don't, and now you discipline your kid in public, so sergeants might come get you. You might get arrested, and your kid can call in your home, in the home that you're providing, and call the cops, and they'll come get you.
Now watch this. I remember when I was growing up, where they had the thing 911. If your parent is doing something to you, and I literally, when I remember hearing that, I was like, so if they try to beat me, I can call 911? And I thought about it like, man, I ain't got to worry about beatings no more, because all I got to do is call 911. But guess what my people told me? If you call 911 after you messed up and I beat you, you can go with them.
Thank you.
So guess what? I would think, like, if I messed up and they beat me, it's because I messed up and they beat me, and I don't want to go with them people because they not going to treat me like my people would treat me.
No way.
So, again, we came up in an era where we thought about it, like, I can't dial 911 because I know I messed up. Now these kids mess up, and they call 911 for protection, then they protect them, and they keep doing what they're doing.
That's it. But you know what? That's part of the plan.
Part of the plan of
the man. And if you let it go, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It always starts. I mean, just think about how many people go to grandma, great aunt house on a Sunday now and get dinner or walk through just to speak or see family members on a Sunday.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. How many kids out there right now, if you tell them go to school of their choice or sport choice, kids are transferring school every 3 times in a year sometimes trying to see if they can start on a basketball team or an AAU program.
Instead of working hard.
Listen, for all you kids out there, this is what I want y'all to know. Patrick Beverly averaged about 38 points out of high school in Chicago. When he got to the NBA, for you young ones that don't know who he is, but the ones that do, listen, what was he in the NBA? A defensive specialist. Guess what? And he averaged 38, one of the leading scorers in all of high school when he came out. You better learn everybody scores. When you in high school and college, if you're on a team like that, or you the man. But what can you do besides that? I mean, it's just like a man and a woman laying down making a baby. Oh, the act of making a baby is great. But can you raise that baby and provide for that baby? It's the same thing.
That's the key.
You know, that's the key.
You got to finish it.
You got to finish it. Yeah. So you can take those analogies and say they don't make sense, but oh yeah, they do. They go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
So if you can create something, make sure you there to help nurture it and show it the right way.
Follow through.
When you shoot that shot, follow through.
You
understand? When you shoot that shot on the court, or you shoot it in the bedroom, follow through on it. And I mean really follow through for 18 to 21 years.
Yes, sir. It's whatever they go through. They go to college, 21 years.
Yes, sir.
21.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do it, be 21 about it.
Thank you.
Grown up.
Grown up style.
Yeah, don't be a child trying to have a child. Don't do that. It ain't gonna work.
Man, I'm so happy that I'm here. I got to be on the podcast. I'm gonna chalk this down like for my bucket list. That's my word. You know what I'm saying? I done been on TV.
He done been on TV.
Live.
And he on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
We YouTube.
Yes, sir. For anybody out there, make sure you subscribe. Seriously.
Subscribe.
Indeed.
Go to my Facebook page and pull up my YouTube channel. And go up there and subscribe. When I checked earlier, I only had like 22 subscribers.
Oh.
So everybody that's watching this, go to my Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube page.
It should say 2,000 right now. I'm ready to go on 200,000.
Straight up.
Come on.
Straight up.
Tell a friend.
Go from 22 today to at least 150. How about that?
Let's make that happen, people.
Yeah, then we're going to go from there to higher.
And you won't be disappointed because there's somebody that he's interviewed on this podcast that you can learn or put something incorporated in your life to make it better. So follow through.
Big Squeeze
Check him
said
out.
what's up too.
Big Squeeze, Dwayne, what's up, big boy? Go ahead on, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
love and peace, man. Y'all stay happy.
Straight up and down. That's
Hey.
what's up. I ain't turning
Let's
this
get
off.
back. Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
gonna keep this joint going. Mo, come on, Mo.
Man, you ain't putting me up there.
Man. All right, my man don't want to get up here.
Come on.
Not today.
Not today.
Maybe when I clean him up. But look, I'm gonna end this for now. But we gonna keep going. Every Saturday we doing pop.